Hello and welcome back to our EventTone tutorial series. Today we're going to cover training for more internal procedures. This one is how to write up a FedEx shipping label. EventTone Wireless uses FedEx exclusively as its main shipper for a lot of reasons. So we write up quite a few shipping labels every day. So we're going to take a moment to do a quick training video on how to write up a FedEx shipping label. The first thing you have to do is go to the FedEx website, which is of course www.fedex.com. It will bring you to this screen. There's always a different person here all the time, but once a month they change the person, but that's okay. You want to come over, first thing you have to do is log in. So you log in. The user ID, the first thing you have to do is go to shipping, right over here. If you look over here, shipping, create a shipment. See right there, create a shipment, and it will bring you to this screen. This is the main template screen that you use to print shipping labels. The first thing you want to start with is the from, okay? It says rental department 986, blah, blah, blah. This is saved in here. The from address is saved in here. I do like to fix it because for some odd reason it never puts, when you edit it, let's go back to that. Now, if you want to make a change in this particular screen, you go to edit. See where it says edit right here? You click edit and we'll open the screen all the way up. For some odd reason, and I don't really understand why, no matter how many times I change under company name and I put in EventTone, it always puts my name back into it. I guess that's because maybe it's under my account, although I don't think it is. So you have to change this to EventTone Wireless, and now it's proper. That is the from end of the label. The to end of the label is really where, we have to do our due diligence. So the first thing you want to do is go to the company. I don't know if you can see the arrow, there it is. You go to the company field and you put in the company name. Now there are situations where we've saved a bunch of people that we ship to all the time. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to actually enter an entire label, all the fields, so you understand how to do it. But there are recipients that are saved in here. So if there's someone that we ship to all the time, look here first, and say you want to do something to Fugazi, you would just click on Fugazi and it will autofill the entire screen. But we're not going to do that. We're going to just enter everything in as if we didn't have it saved. So let's start. Let's get rid of all of these. And we're gonna pick a company that we work with a lot, EventTone. Now EventTone we deliver to, we don't usually ship, so this label will obviously be useless, but it will show you how to fill out the fields. You start up here with company, you type in EventTone. EventTone is EventTone. The next thing you're going to fill out is the contact's name. Who are you shipping this to? You are shipping it to the contact there is a gentleman named Warren Schneider. Next thing you're going to put in is the address, 285 South Broad Street. Now, after you put in the address for South Broad Street, the next field, oddly enough, is not city, it's the zip code, because everything in FedEx is done by zip code. The zip code for Glen Rock, which is the town that EventTone is in, is 07452. Now, the cool thing about it is once you put that in and you hit tab, it didn't autofill it actually. It will normally autofill the city. Now, if it doesn't, that means that there's two locations that share that zip code. So you see where it says select to enter? Just delete that, just call it and delete it, and it will drop down and tell you the two cities that are specific to this zip code. And there they are, okay? So it's going to Glen Rock. You click on Glen Rock, all right? This autofilled some phone number. I don't really know why that is not his phone number. But you would just delete it. You put in his phone number, 201-444-7789. And now you've filled out the entire to address field of the label. Next thing down is the package details. You've put in where it's coming from, where it's going to. Now you have to describe the package. Say we're shipping one Pelican case. That's the, I don't know, the 610 Pelican case. All the Pelican cases are labeled with their the model number of the case. So you're doing one shipment. The average weight, the weight of the cases alone are about 20 pounds. So most of the shipping weight's going to be about 35 to 40 pounds. So we're going to say 40 pounds. Okay. Over here, you're picking service type, package type, and dimensions. The service type for us today is going to be ground. Now, let's go over here and do that. If you come to the service type field and you just click on it, it will open up all the different service types that you can get from FedEx. There's FedEx First Overnight, which means it's delivered overnight before 8:30. There's Priority Overnight, which is tomorrow before 10:30. It's Standard Overnight, which is tomorrow before, I think, 3, I believe. There's FedEx 2-Day AM, which I think is pretty self-explanatory. 2-Day Standard, which means it'll get there sometime in the second day. And then what they call FedEx Saver. FedEx Express Saver is basically 3-Day Express. It's a 3-day shipment, but they guarantee it'll get there within 3 days. The one we use quite often is ground. Now, here's the problem with ground. Yes, it's inexpensive. It's the cheapest way to go by far, but there are no guarantees. They do not guarantee ground, even if it says on the ground map that we've discussed that it will be there tomorrow. There's no guarantee. There could be a problem. It might be there the day after. So when you're shipping ground, you have to allow. Say it says on the map that it'll take a day to get there. You should allow for an extra day just in case they screw it up. That's just the way it works. The other shipment options are overnight freight. Freight is for huge. We don't really deal in that. We really stop here and go up. So let's do ground. With ground, you cannot use FedEx Express boxes. The white boxes that you get at FedEx. Can't use them. You have to use your own packaging. So you go to your packaging. You go to select, and we have some in here that are saved. Say you're using a standard Pelican case, a 1600 Pelican case. Okay, there it is, Pelican 1600. Those are the dimensions right there. If you see it, you click on it, boom. In this situation, we're going to do a return shipping label for them also. So you have to see this button right here. It says include return shipping label. You come over here. Now you've done where it's going from, where it's going to, actually where it's coming from, where it's going to, and the package details. The last part you want to do is something we call shipping notifications. The shipping notifications will send emails to our standard EventTone Rentals Gmail account, giving you the progress for each and every step of the way. So I like to click them all here because this way you know when they've got it, when they've tendered it, if there's a problem, when they're estimating delivery, and when they actually deliver it. Once you've done all that, you come over here to continue to return shipment. You click on that, and it opens up the same screen again, only a little bit different. Let me explain. Even though it looks the same, look at it. Originally, this screen was where the package was being shipped from. If you notice up here, it says return package to, because now we're getting it back. It's the return shipping label. This part of the label where it stated where it was going to is now return package from. Even though they're in the same place, they flipped where they go on the label here. Unfortunately, you still have to pick the way you want it shipped back. It doesn't necessarily mean it doesn't guarantee that you're going to ship it back the same way you shipped it there. So you have to pick again. So you have to start here. This allows you different options to handle the label. You can either print the label and enclose it, which is what we do most of the time. You can email a label. Say the client, the client was not originally going to ship the equipment back, but now they want to. So now you can actually create the label online and email them a link, and they can click on it. Express tag, we don't really do any of these. It's either print or email, and it's almost always print. So you click on print, and you basically fill the same information in here. Say the weight was 40 pounds. You don't have to worry about declared value. You're doing the service type ground. you're doing this. You have to remember what you put it in, but if you remember, we put it in the Pelican case, 1600. And now all the information is in place. You've got where it's going to, where it's coming from, the package details. You're going to print the label. Everything is input the way it needs to be. So you come over here to ship. See this button over here, ship? You click on ship, and it will print. It will create the label screens. The label screen. Yeah, that's what it's called. Now, very quickly, if you look up here in the upper left-hand corner, you'll see what it's going to ask you what you want it to do. Do you want it to print all labels? Yes. Do you want it to just print the displayed label, which means you could just print that one and not the other one, but you don't want that. So you want to print all the labels. You do not need to print instructions. We enclose instructions, so just uncheck that, and then you hit print. And it will drop down this button. Now, this is something I want to show you that you need to be aware of. This is how it's going to print. It's going to go to this printer, which is our main printer. However, this printer defaults to two-sided printing. You see it here? Two-sided. See how it's checked? What that's going to do is, instead of printing two labels, it's going to print two labels on one sheet, which you don't want, obviously. So you need to uncheck two-sided printing and hit print, and now it will go to the printer. And that's how you create and print shipping labels to ship rentals to clients. Thanks so much for watching our tutorial. There'll be more coming. Have a great day.